I had to use that link you sent me last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It
Interesting.
worked for me this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
been easy as well. It worked
Yeah.
fine.
Sometimes if you have not reset your computer, it will do funny things.
Yeah, probably due to clear the cache and cookies too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It worked for me.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me welcome everybody on Instagram, on Facebook, on our mastermind group, and let's get us in the proper place. On YouTube, YouTube is in the house. Thank you so much, YouTube. Okay, let's see. Today, I love to start today with a great affirmation. Today is the most magnificent day of my life. Health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money come to me in great abundance. You know, that mindset prepares us for the message that we are going to share today. This is Success Mentorship Class number 376. Wow. And our topic for today is See Your Vision. Now, this is a topic that we've done many times before. And the reason is that when things don't go the way that we want them to in our lives, we have to have a process for realignment to help get us back on track. And the idea of see your vision is the foundation for that process to help get us back on track so that we can be, do, and have anything we desire. I invite you to visit our website, www.herbertharris.com. And those of you who don't have a copy of our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, is the transformational book that can change your life forever. Before we get into our message today, let us do our meditation to get us set up properly, get us in the right vibration to receive and be a part of this message. Just sit straight up in your seat. Let's put your feet flat upon the floor. And today let's have our hands palms up on our knees. Wiggle your fingers a little bit so that we are open and receptive to a transforming message that can make all the difference right now. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in the space of peace and relaxation, we affirm, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Just let that peace sink in. And in this space of peace and relaxation, my mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. that sink in. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. Meditation is such a powerful way to bring us into the presence. It's amazing that we have this power to shut out everything, to close out anything, and to center on who we are and what we're about. To center on the present, the presence that the Creator has given us to be able to move and operate and have our being. Today's topic, this Success Mentorship class number 376, See Your Vision, is really a process for realignment to get us back on track. For those of us who have gone slightly off track, to get us back on track. For those who are on track, if everything is going well in your life, if the things that you set out to do are happening, if you're getting your daily action plan and executing with absolute efficiency, then that says you need to dream bigger, to have a bigger vision. If you're accomplishing everything right now in your life, then that's a sign that you need to have a bigger dream. And so it's always a process of bigger dreams. It's always a process of higher mountains. And the way that we get to the next level is to climb the current level. The interesting thing about mountain climbing, when you climb the highest mountains, you always do it in stages. And you start at the bottom, like at the forest. And there's a group of people with you that can climb to a certain level, and you get to that first plateau. They call it the base. And there are certain people that can't go any higher. And the remaining group goes up a little higher to the next base. And then there's certain people in that second group that can't go any higher. And you continue that process, and if you notice, when you get to the absolute top of the mountain, there are only one or two people. The entire group does not go. And so there's a symbology there that your vision, the vision is to be at the top of that mountain. Your vision is for you. And that your vision is so personal that many of the people around you can only go to the level of their consciousness to help you achieve your vision. But they're important. But it all ends up in your hands to get to the top of that mountain. But the interesting thing about life is once you get to the top of the mountain in one vision, it simply gives you the ability to see further now. And so life is a constant process of climbing the mountain, getting to the mountaintop, maybe in your physical being, where you take control of your body so that it serves you, so that it enhances whatever you're doing. And once you get to the top of that mountain, then you take control maybe of your emotions, so that now everything is working on one accord and you have the ability to use the power of desire to get through anything. And you get to the top of that mountain, and it maybe now that you master the art of relationships, how to send out a vibration that only attracts people around you who love you and who are excited about seeing you. But it all starts with your vision. There's a foundation. This is not a religious talk, but I want to give a spiritual foundation. The Bible, as well as all the holy books, have spiritual principles in them. And in our lives, as long as we can be congruent with spiritual principles, we can get incredible results. When you're aligned with the stream, for example, when you're on the boat that is your life, when you're going in the same direction that the river is going, the river of time, then you move much faster. I love to watch people on the boats coming down what do you call it, running the rapids, and they come down fast. Well, when you're congruent with the vibrations around you, you move much faster on your journey. And so there's a scriptural principle that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And that's saying that the vision is essential, because the second part of that says, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And this is saying spiritually that we operate based on the vision that we hold in our consciousness. If we have no vision in our consciousness, then what we get in life is not what we desire, but is what somebody else desires for us. When we have no vision, we're like a GPS with no destination. And so when we look at our current condition right now, if we are not exactly where we want to be, then a powerful process now is to revision, to see again in your mind's eye what you would like to be, do, and have. Knowing that when you have a vision, you are now congruent with the vibrations of the universe, which gives you greater power. It's very difficult to swim upstream. So you want to swim with the stream, the vibration of life, of your personal life, the vibration for which you were specifically created, and then you can command all the powers that you have. The vision is the bridge between your present reality and your future possibility. I'll say that again. Your vision is the bridge between your present reality and your future possibility. And now the vision, though, that I'm talking about is not the vision with the natural eye, it's the vision with your imagination. We have the ability, with our natural eye, we focus on our condition so much that we can't see our potential. It's a lot like the prodigal son, to be focused so much on feeding somebody else's pigs that you can't see the possibilities for yourself. But even in that story, there's a way out. And it says the prodigal son, when he came to himself, when he realized who he was and that he was put here for a purpose, and then it says he arose and went to his source, his father. And so this idea of vision gives us a process now to remove us from whatever's going on in our lives right now. And I guarantee you there's a lot of stuff going on in your lives right now. But it's a way to remove us from whatever's going on in our lives right now, especially stuff that we don't want, to take us to the next level of what should be going on in our lives based on our destiny and our purpose. So what are the steps? Number one, to see the vision. Everything is created from vision. And we're talking about the vision based on something very powerful, faith. When we look at faith, we say faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So if you have something you want to be, do, and have in your life, and that thing is so big, so beautiful, and so powerful, it does not match up with where you are, with your present condition, that's okay. Because the power of faith says, be not conformed to your present condition, but be you transformed by what you can see in your imagination. And your imagination is that source, that consciousness that connects you with something that you are not experiencing, but something that you can experience. We were created for a purpose, and imagination is a process of seeing that purpose in your mind's eye. The access to that imagination now is often meditation and stillness. So once we can see the vision, once we can see the vision in our imagination, we affirm, I see the vision of myself. Let's affirm that together. I see the vision of myself. A big vision, a powerful vision, an impactful vision. Now, once you see the vision, the second step in the process now is to write the vision. And there's a powerful spiritual principle that comes from the Habakkuk, and it really prescribes everything we need to be able to create the lives we desire. The principle says, write the vision, make it plain upon tablets. And this says that whatever it is that you want to be, do, and have, you have to be clear about it. Most people feel because they never have a vision or they never make the vision clear enough that they can act on it. Write the vision, make it plain upon tablets, that he can run that readeth it. In other words, you must have a vision first before you can make a plan. No vision, no plan. And we know the saying, they say, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I tell you, folks, it's amazing in life how that simple principle of not having a plan is so destructive, because you are always existing on the river of time. And so when you don't have a plan, that means the boat that is your life gets swept by the river of time wherever the river wants you to go. We were not created to be followers of the river. We were created to be masters of the journey. We were created to have a level of desire to achieve that vision, and actions to manifest it, and values to guide us. That principle goes on, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So many times we'll have a vision, and when it does not manifest in the time we think it should, many of us are entrepreneurs, and we look at our condition in our particular different companies, and we may say, wow, I thought I'd be further along than this. I thought I'd be making X amount of dollars a month. I thought I'd have this particular ring, or whatever the levels of success are. And it has not happened. Well, to realize that the vision is for an appointed time, the moment you have a vision, that vision itself has a time to be realized. We often talk about the farmer planting corn. A farmer may have a vision of feeding his family with the corn, having these magnificent ears of corn that are so tasty and nourishing. He plants the seeds, but he cannot realize that vision in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So every vision that you have has an appointed vibration, has a season to it. That vision of the corn manifesting takes 60 to 90 days. Now, a very interesting thing about a dream, when the corn hits about 60 days, now it's mature. And it should be picked off the vine between the 3 days, the 60 and 90-day period. Similarly, with your dream, whatever the dream you have in your mind right now, it has a cycle, and you must act on it in the now. Do you know that if you don't pick the corn, you've heard the term, it withers on the vine? That after that 90 days, that corn is pretty much useless. It literally withers on the vine. The insects eat it. It just literally dries up. And so this says that when you have a vision for an appointed time, if you don't act on it, then it can dry up. Then it can pass to someone else. That principle goes on and says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and shall not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come to pass. And that's saying when you have a vision, there will be obstacles. You can't have a David without a Goliath. So there are always going to be obstacles that block your path. Maybe you don't manage your time properly. Maybe you have people in your space, relationships that don't empower you and uplift you, but hold you back. Maybe you're like a ship dragging and with the anchor down, wondering why you can't go along the journey. The boat that is your life, if you drop anchor, it will continue to go in circles around that anchor. Maybe there's an emotional scar there that's holding you down, so that no matter what the vision you have, you're stuck until you resolve that. Where we are right now, when our vision is not manifesting, delay does not mean denial. It just simply means we have to be better about understanding the vibration and the frequency and the season of that vision. So when you write the vision, when you write it with specificity, once you've gotten that vision so clearly in your mind and written it down, you can then break that vision down into goals. You see, when you have that success GPS, once you put in your destination and the success and your GPS calculates your location, then if you look at along the way, it gives you the process. Go 3 miles, turn right on Route 66. Go 19 miles and then turn left on Route 38. Well, each one of those guideposts are like your goals. And so once the vision is specific in your mind, then you can set specific goals that will get you there. Example, if you decide you want to buy a house, and in order to buy that house, you need a $10,000 down payment. You have a good job, you have a side hustle. And so what does it mean to buy that house? Well, number one, that's the vision. The vision is for an appointed time. How long will it take you to raise $10,000? Well, now you can say, well, if I save $100 a month, if I save $100 a week for a year, that's $5,200. If I do that for 2 years, I have my $10,000. So now your vision, the vision of owning a home, can be translated down into very specific goals. I need to generate and save $100 a week. With no vision now, the week goes by and there's no results. And not result, there's results, but it's not results that you desire because you had no vision. So when you write the vision will manifest in your life. I write my vision specifically and with clarity. Let's affirm that. I write my vision specifically and with clarity. The third step is to say the vision. The creative process, the spiritual process of creation begins with the word. All throughout spiritual principle, you say, in the beginning was the word. In Genesis, it says, and God said what? Let there be light. Now that implies that there's already a vision of what creation is in the God mind, in the infinity mind, in the allness mind. But the idea of speaking it means that you put forth a vibration that creates the energy that manifests it. You see, every time you speak something, you've created a vibration. And in the universe, every vibration has a corresponding manifestation. We often talk about Einstein's formula, E, energy or vibration, equals M, manifestation, mass, times the speed of light squared. And so the moment you speak it, you have created a vibration to manifest it. Dr. Breakthrough has his whole words of wisdom. Those affirmations that you do each day, you are literally speaking the vibration that you want to live by into your existence. We opened with an affirmation today. We said, today is the most magnificent day of my life. That's a vibration. Health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money come to me in great abundance. That's a vibration. I am happy. I am full of energy. People love me. All of the things that you say create the life that you live. I'm going to say that again. All the things that you say create the life that you live. And so on your life journey, it's important to only say those things that are congruent with where you want to go. You see, our subconscious mind does not discriminate whether it's a positive or a negative thought. Many times we beat ourselves up by saying, oh, I never win. Oh, I never meet a nice person. Oh, I can never accomplish this. I could never do that. I remember talking to a young man. I was coming home one day, and I had a little sports car, a little Mercedes 380. And I had it painted racing orange. Boy, did I want to be noticed, right? So this couple of young fellas came along, and they said, wow, what do you have to do to get a car like that? And I said, well, you have to get up early, you have to work hard, and you have to hold yourself accountable to make it each and every day. And one young man said, well, I couldn't do that. And I said, well, then you won't have a car like this. So the thought is this: we say things subconsciously that undermine our lives. I mean, the subconscious mind takes whatever thought we put there. The subconscious mind is like fertile earth. If we put negative words in our subconscious mind, they manifest in our lives. But on the other hand, if we put positive words, we say positive things about ourselves. Let's couple that with faith. Someone once said, when I do these affirmations, well, that's not true. I'm rich. My life is full of abundance. They said, man, you're broke as a church mouse. Yes, but you'll stay there if you keep saying that. But if you say, I affirm the things that you want to be, do, and have, just the affirmation of those things over and over and over creates a vibration that helps them manifest. Every success book you read will tell you to read your goals 3 times a day. To read your goals specifically different times during the day, each and every day. Why? Because the power of speak, the power of vibration. And so this third step of saying the vision is powerful. It's the law of affirmation. It's the law of command. It's that thing that makes manifest in your life what you desire. And then the fourth step is act on the vision. Act on the vision. And I'll call it take faith steps. And a faith step is the one that you take in the present based on where you want to be, although in the present you see no evidence of where you want to be. And so a faith step is, I'm going to make these calls every day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm going to make my calls because I know, I have faith that I'm going to call the right person who's going to be that person that I need to work with me, to support me, to help me, to guide me, to assist me. I'm going to pick the right person that I'll be just the one that they need in their lives to help uplift them, to help motivate them. And so you make the calls. Think about this now. When you have a negative mindset, can you imagine calling and say, I know they're not going to be interested. Guess what? They're not interested. And so when you act on your vision, when you take faith steps, small steps, it really is a manifestation of a trust in the Creator. When we know with a surety that we were put here for a divine, important purpose, when we act on that vision, even though we don't see any manifestation in the present, that's a faith step. And all we have to do is keep doing it, keep moving, keep taking action. So what are the things to look for in this action stage? Because it's generally in the action stage that the whole thing falls apart. Number one, you got to overcome fear, doubt, criticism, procrastination. When we look at these 4 things, fear, doubt, criticism, and procrastination, these are the 4 terrible horsemen that often stand between you and your goals, you and the manifestation of your vision. And so in this action stage, you must get books like the 12 Universal Laws of Success, other books. Surround yourself with people who are going in a powerful and uh, a positive direction. So that self work, that ability to overcome those negative vibrations, are essential in acting on your vision. Surround yourself with people who love you, with vision builders, people who support your vision. One of the things I love about network marketing, affiliate marketing, and all these type of entrepreneurial programs is the power of the mastermind, that when you can have a group together on one accord, nothing is impossible. And so when we function from that level, saying, hey, we are working together, the mastermind says this: 1 plus 1 is more than 2. 2 plus 2 is more than 4. That when you bring people together in that mastermind vibration, you are literally able to access power and intelligence beyond what you can find yourself. So let us summarize and wrap up this message today. The thought of seeing your vision is a process by which you can realign with your purpose and the reason for your being. That thought, that process has 4 elements. 1, to see the vision, to take the time to connect with your imagination so you can see things that never were as though they will be. There's a principle that says he speaks of things that are not as though they are. Well, in the vision, you can see things that never were the way you want them to be. 2, write your vision. Whatever you see for yourself in your imagination, to write it down in great detail, specificity, so that you can now break that vision down into doable steps, into goals. That once you've written the vision, say it over and over and over. As I was saying, Dr. Breakthrough's powerful words, his affirmations, his daily affirmations, get you fired up, pumped up. You need to have your own affirmations that you keep programming your life by what you say. And then finally, that 4th step, to act on it. To act on it in a daily fashion, with a daily method of operation. To act on it by overcoming fear, doubt, criticism, procrastination, so that you can always function and operate in the present. So that you can schedule the things that must be done each day and get them done. Surround yourself with positive people, people who support you and believe on you, and literally use the mastermind principle to uplift you and guide you along the way. And so this moment, this process of realigning yourself now for these next months to make this year your year for outrageous success is to see it, to write it, to say it, and to act on it. When you can do that, then nothing is impossible. When you can do that, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do, and you can have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is. Let's take a deep breath for a moment. Thank you so much for being with us today on Instagram, on YouTube, and of course our mastermind group. We know that you have the power to see a vision, to say the vision, to write the vision, and to act on the vision to create anything you want to be. I remind you of our book, of course, the 12 Universal Laws of Success. And I want to thank each and every one of you who've been getting and taking advantage of our special, our complimentary gift, that 7-night, 8-day vacation. For those of you who buy copies of the 12 Universal Laws, who buy 3 or more copies of the 12 Universal Laws of Success, we send you autographed copies. Thank each and every one of you, because so many of you have gotten them, have gotten your autographed copies, but also you've gotten your vacation voucher. so that you can take your family and do what you want to do, go where you want to go, and enjoy the thing. So be sure to go to our website, theperfectgift.me, www.theperfectgift.me. And when you get 3 or more copies, you get a huge discount and you get a complimentary 7-night, 8-day vacation. That's www.theperfectgift.me. So thanks so much, each and every one of you, for being with us today. Those on Instagram, those on YouTube, share this broadcast with at least 3 other people. Make comments and tell us how it's impacted you and helped your life. Those on our mastermind group, hang on. I'm looking forward to the discussion, your feedback, and the thoughts that you'll add to this vibration. So we're closing our normal way, saying you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet